Hey guys, and welcome to the Trekyards experience. He is Commander Cockings.
He is Captain Foley. Stuart, now, this episode of Lower Decks, we went to Ferenginar. Yes, this place, they introduced something meta, to it the average viewer would watch and say, oh, that's cool, references, hey. To the older viewer, who's a bit more cognizant of, I guess, the 90s and 2000s, didn't get far into the 2000s, I don't think, but 2000s, this is a cheeky half recreation that the Quarks Federation Experience Bar and Grill is actually the Star Trek experience from Las Vegas when it was on. It is not one-to-one, but many elements are directly pulled from. We're going to look at them today. It is a surreal thing to see, and certainly as someone who knew a bit about it, this was a lovely part of the episode and a really nice excuse to include it. Did you get it? Did you think it? What do you think seeing in those? No, what's going on now? We can freeze frame. A lot of this stuff is only seen in long shots and then a few close-ups, so yeah, we can freeze frame. But what do you think? Did you notice?
Did I notice? Of course I noticed. Unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to go to the experience, but I know all about it because I've seen all the back scene stuff and the tours of it and the closed down stuff. I've watched all those videos. There is a lot of quick stuff here that you don't get to take in because it moves so fast. But on freeze framing, I'm already just seeing so much great stuff. I mean, starting out with the Enterprise D and Voyager, I was like, where does this go? Oh, cool. Because that was a great establishing shot for this. So those hanging up there, just like the experience, was awesome.
And it's almost such, we'll see in a bit, is this version of Voyager, this low-fi version, better than what we saw in Picard? Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. We'll find out.
But there's so many great things here. Like, you got Amagatu, Guardian of Forever, 10 Forward, where no man has gone before, Jeffrey's Tube Experience.
Mm-hmm. The red shirts. The
red shirts rack, yeah. Amok Time. You got the giants from Galileo 7, that planet.
That's what they are. And more as well. It's a very nice... Because it's everything and nothing. And as I said in another review, of course other planets would have a Federation dining experience because we have Chinese restaurants, Indian restaurants, Mexican, and then you go to those countries and they have an American or an English pub or an Irish pub, and it's like, you mean a pub or an English pub, so okay, because people want to experience those foods in other places. So this is what their version is. And just like at Vegas, they have people in uniform, and so they have Ferengi with their exceptionally bold ears in Starfleet uniform, and we'll go into that a bit later. It's really, really fun, and so not lingered on. It could have honestly been more lingered on as a fan thing. There's a lot of close-ups in the second half of the sequence that was just as a little bit behind them, but it wasn't. But if you freeze frame it and enjoy it, it sings. Speaking of singing, the fact they had the Star Trek theme music playing as ambient music was a really nice choice, really good, and it made me feel, which was lovely because it was meant to. So yes, that's the overall.
Yeah, although around the top where the ring where they have all the deltas, I wish that were all different deltas. That would have been kind of cool too.
Yeah, 29th somehow. How did they also know? A prodigy, crazy. So the next shot, of course, is a comparative, but because this is not literally either, right? The experience had the main stage, main entrance, which I sort of vaguely remember, because I did this when I was early teens, and we sort of had about an hour to do the entire thing. So I saw it, but I didn't really experience it, except the TNG ride and the queue for the ride. I remember the queue vividly, because it was half of the time we were there. Very annoying. But as you can see, it kind of vibes both Quarks. There's Quarks, bar and grill, bar and restaurant, the experience. It's you know what they're doing while not being either. But you know what they're doing.
Yeah. I never noticed the deflector was green before. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, I wish I would have been able to experience it. But yeah, they definitely have the touchstones in there for a lot of this stuff. Real world stuff. And it's just kind of a shame it's gone now. So
yeah, boy,
bringing it back.
Because if we'd done Trekyards then,
oh my god,
we could have done lives from Quark's bar.
Yeah, we absolutely would have done that with our Vegas trip.
Just every year go and have lives, and we have a Klingon in character because they stay in character. They're very good at that. Come in and be if we'd been in full uniform as well, we could have done it in character. That'd have been crazy. have a Borg walk up to us like, oh god, $50 super chat, simulator, etc. Next shot though, of course, now this is what they started with. I remember this vaguely from the exhibition. I actually know that some guy just bought that Voyager. Is it bigger than the model? These were giant because you had to see them because they were very tall, very high in the ceiling, so you had to be able to see them across a big room. So they were absolutely insanely big and wonderful models. I mean, you can see they're really good detail, and they were verbatim recreated, which is wonderful because even I knew that was meant to be what they were.
Yeah, it was great seeing those, and it immediately made me think of the footage I've seen of these large ones, and I'm so envious of anybody that has those because it's such a shame that the experience. Oh my god, I just wanted. Why is the experience not there still?
Well, with like 11 Trek shows, you'd think they'd do another one because there's so much Trek content. You could have a cubby hole on the Cerritos. You could have, but these are very good replicas. I mean, there's perfect reference of both the Galaxy and the Voyager. There should be no excuse to get details wrong. You can find miniature shots, you can find CG shots, no problem. But I can only tell you, proportion-wise, they're both very, very good. The Voyager, they obviously built a Voyager for early in the season, so either using that model, which would be kind of funny if it's the hero model they just threw in the background, or a simpler version. Both look excellent. No expense bet, it feels like, except maybe the phaser strips. But you know, even on the I guess there is a second outer ring on the Enterprise D, and the RCS thrusters are wrong. Yeah,
there's a lot of escape pods, it looks like, on the Enterprise D.
Actually, okay. No, yeah, I'm wrong. It is actually wrong. But yeah, there's no windows on the outside of the source, so they're all escape RCS thrusters. And there's a lot less.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, fine. Yeah. It's very different. but
enough the same that you didn't notice right away.
No, but I can actually see a logic in them just doing things and not paying attention in the same way. Okay, 2 sets of phaser strips. Why? Because they forgot. Next shot though is a closer view. That's exactly how they felt in the experience. That giant thing hovering above. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to represent with the Starfleet background, because clearly it's meant to be some sort of Starfleet room or corridor. But it's not the Enterprise D, it's not the E, it's not the F, it's not the TOS. Like, why couldn't there have been a TOS set or a Wrath of Khan? I don't know what it's trying to be. That Tendi and Rutherford are on.
Oh, yeah. It does feel very... I almost feel Strange New Worlds like, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed, though, there is a naked female.
Mm-hmm. There's several.
Eating tacos, yeah.
I mean, it's not illegal, but some would prefer it. And I'll see it later on, but I love the fact that there's a TOS conference room table and an Enterprise E conference table. Beautiful. And, of course, TOS guy with hair and eyebrows, because they don't have hair or eyebrows.
Holodeck arcade.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Big Jeffrey's Tube. Oh, it's such a good... They had fun with this. Because there's a lot of new stuff to build. And every Frankie looks happy. Happy to be there. You know? Happy to Federation it up. Next view, though, is the reverse view. And yes, you can see on the right is a TOS...
briefing table.
Although it's a 4-sided monitor.
Yeah, I know that's wrong, but yeah.
But I buy Ferengi's getting that wrong. Like, I can accept tiny, funny differences, right?
Yeah. And then you got the TNG briefing room table on the other side there. So
because why wouldn't you have every table be like? There's actually some logic to that. All the famous tables. That's actually kind of a fun idea. And then the cells leading in. It's just silly. It's good silly. And I also love all the food is very, very normal human food, burgers and tacos and pizza. Because of course, oh yeah, because of course it would be right. Like it's so logical. Next view though, we saw Guardian Forever and a Klingon bridge, which is hidden there. It's not quite as Starfleet, but it could be the Bounty, perhaps. I don't know, but it's a Klingon bridge.
Wow. Well, why is there a Klingon bridge on a Starfleet experience?
Don't know.
Maybe as you said, Bounty, sure.
Or maybe you're there to fight the Starfleet scum. Although the question is now, does this make, and I guess it must because it's canon, that the Guardian Forever is not a secret? Because this is at a restaurant on Ferenginars, an attraction.
That could just be, this weird architecture from an ancient society. They may not know it's a Guardian of Forever, or it's a gateway. It could just be like, look at this odd thing that we found in the archives.
We love rocks! Let's show the rock. Although in fairness, there is also Guardian Forever in the bar on a picture in that starbase where Kirk and Spock sign their name. So, boy, it's because that means I could put in a fan film in TNG or Post, because that feels so icky. It's been avoided for decades, and it's a photo op. Which I hadn't quite clocked until right now, because of course it is a bit like what? But speaking of what, Tia West Love Wagon. It's new.
Shaggin' Wagon.
Mm-hmm.
The old Type F shuttlecraft.
Is this one you want to get now, Stu? Also, look, there's Ferengi head balloons at the top. That's odd. That's great. Escape from Engineering. That's a new at the top.
I gotta say that the Ferengi and the TNG uniforms look great. Those look really good to see, those TNG uniforms. So
you haven't really seen TNG representing Lower Decks, and they look really good. It looks so crisp and sharp. I know when we did our animated ones, I didn't fight, but I mean I worked hard on how thick to make the neck colour, so it didn't disbalance. That's about what I had done. I've also got lines and security head things.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah,
which don't need to, but that's dedication to the craft, which they have got. That's wonderful. Yeah, what do you think about the shuttle recreation, Stuart? Because we haven't seen a Type F for a while. Prodigy showed it, but it's another time. They're not being shy of canonizing another Type F TOS shuttle with the same nacelles and the same door. And
I love it, honestly. But the door's not on that side. But that's a small thing.
There's also not a window on the left.
No.
Or wheels.
It's also I think proportionally supposed to be different, like just something that they built to wheel in, because it doesn't have the right angles on it or anything. But that's getting too technical. But
it's canonizing that they know this exists. It's not Stranger World shuttle. That's the important thing. Speaking of canonizing, I say often, but look, there you go. TOS, TNG, and 2 TOSs, because there's security as well. I mean, that's a great looking TOS. Great looking TNG. No Stranger Worlds there. It's all canon. It's all vibing. Good stuff.
I wish the one Ferengi had put a little something on the top of his lobes to be like points. Would have been kind of funny. But
it would have been too sensitive to do that.
I was smiling the whole time watching this, but to go back and actually like freeze frame it and see the little details, this is great. This is something that needs to happen again. We need another experience.
Yeah, put a Ferengi in full makeup and then put a wig on him and call him a Ferengi Vulcan. Just confuse the audience.
Well, there was a Ferengi Klingon at one point too, with the ridged head.
Although it does make me wonder. Obviously, they've highlighted TOS and TNG, which we love, but it would have been nice. They had a good amount of extras in per work in there. They could have had a Voyager uniform as well. Wouldn't have been much of an extra, or an XO1 era. Maybe they're not quite as touristy, people like TOS and TNG. Small note, obviously, but they did so well. It is worth noting. But yeah, I mean, go back to the first picture. I mean, it felt like something. Legitimately felt like something. And as I say, having only barely known the experience, really, it still felt like something special and very clever. And this is what Lower Decks can do in a special way that I would hope for more of, right? This sort of interesting, clever, big fan. Well done.
Yep, just pulling on the canon that you have and throwing it in there, and they do such a good job on Lower Decks with the Easter eggs or the background things. So it's fantastic to see this. Very happy about it. What do you guys think about this? What did you notice that we maybe missed? Let us know in the comment section down below. And did you go to the experience in Vegas? If you did, tell us about it in the comment section. We want to hear your experiences. So also make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of our content.
And of course, if you went to the experience all the time, maybe you knew what you spent every time. Hey, maybe play towards Trekyards, your regular YouTube experience. So Patreon, join the channel. Both our monthly ways of helping. 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, whatever does help what we do here and every month. Or one-time donations at trekyards@hotmail.com is the PayPal, or super chatting, or super thanksing. Both are really great ways. We thank you for any and all support.
That's right. So until next time, he is Commander Cockins.
He's Captain Foley. Bye, guys.
And you just had the Trekyards experience.
Bar and grill to your left.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yes.